Well, ladies and gentlemen, looks like we have yet another L that the modern audience is going to be forced to take all over their faces because apparently Black Myth Wukong has been selling out so much in China that it has now led to the sellout of PS5's in China as well.
Shut up and take my money!
At this point, ladies and gentlemen, I think what's going to end up happening is that the modern audience is going to just have to let the train go, man. Let the train go. Let the train leave the station. They tried to delay the train as much as they possibly could. They tried to make this train not leave the station of success, but ultimately they failed miserably, and this is one of the fastest trains known to man in recent memory. So let's get into this article, guys, from Bounding Into Comics. But of course, before we do, if you are new here, just consider hitting that subscribe button. I would greatly appreciate it, and like the video to push us out into that YouTube algorithm. Now, obviously, you guys know I'm a big fan of Black Myth Wukong. I had my issues with the performance. That was literally my only issues, and it got fixed on the second day of me playing the game, and I never had issues since. I still do not forgive them for releasing the game in that state, and I do dock points from them for doing so because fuck developers that do that. But ultimately, the game is fantastic. It's a lot of fun, and it's essentially everything you would expect from a game like Black Myth Wukong or titled Black Myth Wukong. But with that being said, a lot of people are thoroughly enjoying this game. This game is obviously a massive success, and that is partially because of the negative press that was surrounding this game. Not only is this game a success because it's actually a good game, but the fact of the matter is when the minority who thinks they're the majority decides to have certain conversations around a particular video game, you can't help but wonder, is this like reverse marketing or something like that? You really just can't help but wonder that. So it says games consumers find themselves in a strange place these days. Games made domestically in the US have a laundry list of political hurdles to get through before they make any headway into gameplay. In recent months, games like Stellar Blade, Mecha Break, and Genshin Impact have been attacked due to the male gaze. Read this as female characters having aesthetically pleasing attributes and character creating options. To cite just one example, Genshin Impact's Western player base saw a sizable group of youth gather together to rebel against the skin tone of characters from Genshin Impact's latest regional edition, Natlan. On the other hand, Black Myth Wukong has deliberately disregarded the political correctness more of our current culture. The result is PS5's off the shelves in China, so much so that reselling and scalping are back in China. Now, again, this is not very shocking information, ladies and gentlemen, okay? China openly said, or at least developers in China openly said, that they're trying to get more into the AAA scene, right? China is not exactly known for their AAA games. China is known for their gacha games, their mobile games, games like that. That's what they're known for. So them trying to step into the AAA scene is something that they've been trying to do for a while. Now, Black Myth Wukong is one of those first attempts at trying to do so. And look at the product that they offered you. It's inherently very not Chinese, in the sense of monetization anyway, right? The game is very Chinese in terms of story setting and whatnot. But in terms of monetization, it is not. It is a single-player game, complete experience, offered from beginning to end to you for one singular price. That's not even the most expensive that we have ever seen, right? It's not like we've seen Star Wars Outlaws at $139.99 fucking dollars. Absolutely insane. But here you have Black Myth Wukong at the standard price of $70. And nobody's even thinking twice. And it's a full game. It's a full game from start to finish. So again, ladies and gentlemen, let's be very clear. China's first attempt at AAA, or at least one of their first attempts in a while at AAA, is embarrassing Western developers. It's embarrassing. It really is, because they are not only able to give you a complete product for the most part, aside from the performance issues, like I mentioned before, which got fixed really quickly. They give you a full product. They don't nickel and dime you for it. And it's actually a lot of fun with no political correctness in it whatsoever for the most part. So where exactly are you going to try to pretend as if the East just doesn't do it better every single time? Then it says, enter Game Science Studio, a small dev team that was primarily known for smaller scale games, particularly mobile and indie titles, such as The Art of War, Red Tides. Mobile games are the largest gaming market on Earth. It's no mistake that Game Science was able to grow into a company capable of creating a AAA title by using the low entry point of mobile gaming to build a solid reputation. Black Myth: Wukong is the first AAA game produced by Game Science Studio, and it shows. The game is brimming with passion, and a great deal of attention has been placed on incorporating the most successful mechanics of recent games with the most successful aesthetic of recent games. What I mean to say is that Black Myth: Wukong studied the success of the Souls games and Bloodborne and now Elden Ring. With all this in mind, the team at Game Science Studio went to work crafting Black Myth: Wukong's gameplay and visual dynamics based on the above-mentioned titles. Now, here's the thing. Even though this game clearly studied certain Souls-like games, right? There's no denying that it had inspiration from certain games. When you play Black Myth: Wukong, you can't help but feel it's a thing of its own, right? Not that it isn't a Souls-like game, because it really is, right? I mean, Souls, they call it Souls-like for a reason, and that's because From Software coined that kind of gameplay and made it their own, and then everybody else tried to copycat it, right? So Souls-like games is a thing, and it's a thing for a reason. But Black Myth: Wukong still feels like its own actual entity. It feels like its own actual game, separate from something that would be considered just another Souls-like. And that's what I love about it the most, right? On top of the fact that the lore is actually extremely rich. After every chapter, you get a cinematic cutscene that's either an anime or a certain kind of motion stop film or something like that. It's actually very creative stuff, and I am heavily enjoying it. It says, as a player, you're able to feel the challenge that the main character is experiencing. You're able to feel the scale of the adventure you go through the various trials of Wukong. This enables the heavy weight of the weapons and the crashing blows from giant enemies to feel as epic as it can get. Perhaps this is what led to Black Myth: Wukong selling an incredible 10 million copies in just 3 days. This game has flown past the previous records of Elden Ring and Hogwarts Legacy within nearly the same time frame. It's even on par with the blockbuster sales of Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. The fact that this game is selling as much as fucking Pokemon is nauseating to me. Like, that is just so sickening in all the best ways to me. I honestly cannot even begin to imagine how that is even possible, but yet here we are. And again, I want to make something very clear. This game was highly anticipated before the drama. A lot of people try to say, oh, the drama is the only reason why this game sold as much. No. This game was highly anticipated before the drama. It was still #1 on Steam's wish list before the drama. Once the drama hit, that just extrapolated it to unbelievable levels where everybody all over the globe wanted to support this game. For whatever reason, it could be they were already expecting it like I was. I was already excited for it. I remember reacting to the first trailer I think a year ago and saying, oh, wow, this game looks actually really cool. I cannot wait to see more from this particular game. I remember doing that. I remember doing it on live stream. So you're going to have people like me who are already excited for this. And then you're also going to have people like me who are going to be like, you know what? Listen, I was going to buy this game anyway, but now it's extra juicy that I can buy it knowing that some wokey on the internet is going to lose their fucking mind over it. Just to prove yet again that we are in fact the majority. We are actually the people who support the things that we say we will support. We're not the modern audience is going to leave the game hanging and dry after we said we're going to support it online and let the player base hit like 87 players. You know what I mean? Like a certain other game. We're not like that. When we say we're going to support something, we're going to fucking support the game. And that's going to be more evident as more games come out that try to pander to not the modern audience, let's just say. So anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Hope you did enjoy it. If you did, consider leaving me a subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. Don't forget to like the video, comment, let me know what you thought, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Hypnotic out.